Nominees for Best Musical are Come From Away.
Come From Away.
Come From Away.
Kelly Devine, Come From Away.
Howell Binkley, Come From Away. Christopher Ashley, Come From Away. Jen Colella, Come From Away.
7 times we heard Come From Away because it's been a big success. The story set in Gander, Newfoundland following the attacks of 9/11 when the community came together to help nearly 6,600 people who were stranded there on 38 different airplanes. What a story it is, and best of all, it's true. So let's go right to New York. Stephen D'Souza, our reporter based in New York, with some very special guests. I'll say, take it away, Steve.
7 nominations, 7 shouts of joy here in the apartment of Astrid Van Wieren, who is one of the stars of the show, played Beulah. We have Patrina Bromley, played Bonnie, and Romano Danilo, who is the drummer in the band, who got music, also got a nomination. Congratulations to all of you. So you don't want to hear from me, we want to hear from you. How did that moment feel?
It was incredible, fantastic. Every word you can use to explain joy and happiness, really. I don't know if we were expecting 7. I mean, I think we had hopes that there might be 1 or hopefully 2, and never a guarantee that there'd be any, of course. You hope, but to get 7 nominations is just beyond incredible.
Once that first one came in, it kind of felt like the game of Kerplunk, where you pull the thing and then just one after the other, all those other beautiful nominations. Like, I'm so excited for Irene and David and Michael Rubinoff and Christopher and everybody. It's Kelly Devine and Jen Colella.
Howell Binkley, our lighting designer, got nominated. He's a genius. He should be nominated. It's fantastic. Yeah.
Romano, the music as well. I mean, that was something a lot of people remarked on about the show, just how great it made them feel. Like, how does it make you feel now to be nominated?
Oh, it's fantastic. The team did a spectacular job, and it's a sound that's never been really shown on Broadway before or heard on Broadway before. The fact that it's from home is just I'm insanely proud. The job that everybody did in August, who never got nominated today, but was just fantastic orchestrations. I'm just so proud of everybody, the band as a unit, with the cast, with the creatives. It's just a beautiful journey to be through.
Because it's unusual to have the band on the stage with you, which is so great. They're not hidden in a pit. We're all great friends, and we all get to perform together and feed off each other's energy, which is fantastic.
Now, Patrina and Romano are both Newfoundlanders in the show, so this must have a special meaning as well for you.
It's like Newfoundland got nominated for a Tony. The Tony for Best Province in Canada, Newfoundland Labrador. It's kind of how it feels, though, because the show speaks so much to what the character of Newfoundland Labrador people is. And I feel like it's a real acknowledgement of what those people on those 5 days in the Gander area in 2001 did. This is just another acknowledgement of what a wonderful gift that was from them to the world, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because the resonances of this just spin out and out and out. We meet people all the time who are like, my cousin was a plane person, or my uncle was on this plane that almost landed there. And it's always the ripple effect in this is quite endless.
And the Ganderites are at the Legion now, I think. So,
so
if they're watching, we love you guys so much. Beulah, Diane, Oz, Bonnie, all y'all, really.
Stephen, Stephen, can you hear me? Stephen can hear, but the guests that you're with, tell them that we're just going to play some video right now, because we had cameras in the Legion, which of course is a big scene, a big backdrop for the actual musical. So I'm going to play some tape right now of the reaction in the Legion in Gander to the nominations. Okay, tell them about that. So there you go. Just moments ago, small but mighty, the crowd there as they cheer. I don't know if you've seen it, Stephen.
Crowd, they described it.
You can tell the cast.
We can't see that here, but I've seen the show. Yes.
Yeah, well, I saw it twice. I don't know about you.
We couldn't see the video of that, but
so I saw it twice, including the premiere here in Toronto, and you can tell the cast that for me it was one of the most Canadian moments I've ever experienced to see Canada and great, really heroism and Canadian spirit and generosity captured in that way. And I had questions. Maybe you can answer them, because I wondered how the American audience would respond to the references about Shoppers and the references about Tim Hortons, and whether or not they'd get all the great jokes and find the full humor. But obviously, I mean, they have fully, because it's sold out night after night after night.
Indeed, yeah, and I think the reaction you had is similar to what I had. Heather was just saying that, she had a very, warm and nostalgic reaction watching the show, and as I did as well, being a Canadian living in New York. What she wants to know is how the Americans respond to some of the Canadian references in the show. How have you found that going over in New York?
Well, we can always sort of tell where the Canadians are in the audience, because whenever we mention Tim Hortons or Shoppers, Drug Mart, I mean, there's a little recognition. But I think right away the audience, they know what the coffee shop is and what your local pharmacy is and those kind of things. And there's a few things that I think I keep getting asked what I say at one certain point. I'm being asked to translate it, and to me, I'm like, it doesn't sound like say Lara Turner and Jays is God bless you bye, and people are like, what are you saying there? But you can always tell there's Canadians or Newfoundlanders because there's a giggle and a laugh from people. But the response has been amazing from the Americans. Amazing.
You were saying to me earlier that reaction from Ganderites is almost as good as getting this Tony nomination. Tell me about that.
That's right. Knowing that the real Ganderites are watching the Tony nominations be announced and are so happy and excited, and we did a concert version of the show in Gander, 2 shows in one day, and about 5,000 people saw the show over those 2 shows. And the reception that we got from them, which was the stamp of approval on what we have done in this show, it is to me the Tony. That's it. We don't need to get any other rewards. That was the reward we needed. The Tony is nice. The nomination.
We'll take it. We won't not
We're not saying take it back. But that was really, I think, the highlight for all of us of this process so far.
What's been the funniest reaction you've gotten from an American who's watched the show?
A funny reaction? I
Or
don't
just
know.
or straight, or most noteworthy or odd?
There's one that happened to you when I was outside. You were signing autographs, and they're like, oh, you're really from Newfoundland. And there's a guy in the back that said, wait, what? Newfoundland's really a real place?
Oh my God!
Yeah, that's right.
Seriously? Oh wow!
They were students. I'll give them that. They were young, and they were from somewhere else in the States, somewhere, maybe it was Ohio or something. And I, in talking to them, said, I'm from Newfoundland. And he said, wait, that's a real place? So that was possibly the oddest reaction.
That is a little odd. That's a good one. But mostly it's just been such, when we leave the theater and a lot of people wait, and it's not the classic sort of, I want your autograph because I want to say I was here. They want to meet you and thank you for the experience, and they often want to tell you their 9/11 experience, or really the young people are like, oh, now I understand sort of where our world's at. From it's history for them. It's history for them. Yeah.
And to see it put in this context, it just makes it a little bit more real and a bit more accessible to them, which is incredible for us.
And a lot of people say this show is so important. It shows us how kindness is, possible, and it doesn't take a lot. Letting somebody use your shower and making them Toutons and getting them clean clothes and just making sure they're
Giving them a
okay.
hug when they need it.
Yeah.
It's small things in the end.
Yeah, playing music, entertaining them, taking their mind off a horrible time. It doesn't cost a lot to be kind. So it's nice that that's out there, that the show is about that.
And Romano, do you think this could lead to a surge in Newfoundland Celtic music in the States, perhaps?
In the States, maybe, probably. I know it's huge at home, and hopefully we just spread it out here, and it'll catch on because it's a fun time.
There you have it. Of course, we're in a kitchen and we're eating Toutons as well. So what better way to... here we go. Let's see if you can see that there.
Yum, yum.
So what better way to celebrate the Tony nominations this morning? Any other questions for the cast while I have them?
Steve, this is my moment of the day. That was such a wonderful conversation, and thank you for that. Can you put a Towton in interoffice mail and just send one up to me? I kind of wouldn't mind. I'd appreciate that. All right.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
I don't think there'll be any left in a few minutes.
Congratulations to Patrina and Astrid and Romano and the rest of the cast and everybody involved. And Steve, thanks for that great conversation. More coverage to come. As Come From Away garners 7 Tony nominations this morning in New York. It's June the 11th, Radio City Music Hall, The Big Show with Kevin Spacey, the host.